you like to be thoughtful and deliberate. You like to go a little slower sometimes. You support some things, but you say, I mean, if I may speak for you here,
Absolutely.
because that's been a theme of our conversations. And that comes up also with this idea of something called cluster meetings.
Yes.
And this is something that you proposed, that the county board voted for unanimously, but it's still not in place. Maybe a little too deliberate for you now. But talk to the people at home about what these cluster meetings are, because I know it's about transparency, but also about giving y'all an opportunity to see something for a few days at least before you vote for it.
So clusters have always existed, and the supervisors don't serve in the clusters. Our board deputies, department heads, the general public, people who are involved in kind of the county policy making. And historically, something called a board letter, what a department head brings to us to vote for, to bring forward a new policy, as opposed to a Mitchell motion, let's say. Our motions didn't go to cluster, the board letters did. And so I said, let's use the cluster meeting to allow for greater transparency, to allow additional eyes to look at the policy, to weigh in, for the public to be able to weigh in at a time where they can actually influence the policy, as opposed to show up to the board meeting and just say, I support it, I don't, in 1 minute.
Right.
And so we just use the existing cluster process to make sure that all of our motions, except those that are emergencies because of some disaster,
Sure.
like the fires, to allow for more deliberative, thoughtful policy making that's transparent. We all talk about accountability and transparency, and I just think allowing the public and other board offices and department heads opportunity to see the policy, weigh in, tell us what element of it would work, what could be better if we changed some element of it. So we have been going to clusters since December. My colleagues suggested that it should just be a 6-month pilot. So I'm going to bring a motion next Tuesday to try to expand that. Again, I think it's a perfect example of good governance.